Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, how is technology changing the way we think? Or better yet, how is it changing our youth and the way that they think? First, we must stop and look at how our brains work and change. This brief video will help us gain an understanding in this area.
Not so long ago, many scientists believed that the brain did not change after childhood, that it was hardwired and fixed by the time we became adults. But recent advances in only the last decade now tell us that this is simply not true. The brain can and does change throughout our lives. It is adaptable, like plastic. Hence, neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity. How does neuroplasticity work? If you think of your brain as a dynamic, connected power grid, there are billions of pathways or roads lighting up every time you think, feel, or do something. Some of these roads are well-travelled. These are our habits, our established ways of thinking, feeling, and doing. Every time we think in a certain way, practice a particular task, or feel a specific emotion, we strengthen this road. It becomes easier for our brains to travel this pathway. Say we think about something differently, learn a new task, or choose a different emotion. We start carving out a new road. If we keep travelling that road, our brains begin to use this pathway more, and this new way of thinking, feeling, or doing becomes second nature. The old pathway gets used less and weakens. This process of rewiring your brain by forming new connections and weakening old ones is neuroplasticity in action. The good news is that we all have the ability to learn and change by rewiring our brains. If you have ever changed a bad habit or thought about something differently, you have carved a new pathway in your brain and experienced neuroplasticity firsthand. With repeated and directed attention towards your desired change, you can rewire your brain.
Now that we see everyday actions actually wire our brain and make us think a certain way, let's look into some habits technology and the internet develop. We often have multiple inputs fighting for cognitive processing, and this causes us to lose an element of focus. As these new pathways of constantly processing multiple inputs form, old pathways of deeply focusing on a single input get weakened, or in this case of some kids nowadays, it doesn't form at all. Now test yourself. Grab a book and time yourself to see how long you can read without losing your focus, or grab your phone. Compare this with a friend who is on the internet way more or way less than you and see what the difference is. Now think about kids that have never known the world without the internet and are connected as babies. It no longer is a question of change, but one of development. Thank you for watching this short video.